Okay.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the Union Square parking declaration.
And we have Ryan here to present.
Good morning, everyone. Ryan Wilmering, Wallach, Summers, and Haas, Counsel to the Redevelopment Commission. Before you this morning is a request for an approval of an amended and restated declaration. I apologize, I don't know how many of you may have been involved in on the board back in 2022 when the original was approved and adopted and recorded. The original declaration sets out certain rights and responsibilities with respect to the use of the garage at Union Square, giving the developer, the Old Town Group, who has this, what we call the WRAP project around it, certain parking rights in the garage, and then also just certain kind of standard easements for support for pedestrian access through certain areas, elevators, shafts, and things of that nature. Old Town approached the city last year to discuss some maintenance obligations on the garage, and then also specifically wanted to amend or at least have the option to do something a little bit different with the parking spaces. The original declaration provided a reserved spaces for Old Town. I forget the number. It was in here, and that has not changed. The WRAP building spaces. I don't have it here handy, but there's a certain number of private spaces for the Old Town project. Old Town has requested, and the city has agreed that at Old Town's option, at any time, it can, instead of having this exclusive right to space to a certain number of designated spaces, that it could instead have issue what it calls passes or garage passes to users, tenants of its project, who can then come and go freely without paying. So if the city is going to start charging for use of the garage, those users would be able to come and go as they please, not with any reserved parking spaces, and no guarantee that any space would be available at any given moment. So you could be a pass holder, a resident of the project, have a pass, go in there and drive around, and there may not be a spot for you, and that's not a violation. But the developer, Old Town, wanted to give this process a chance, and has requested that in lieu, again, of designated reserve spaces, this opportunity to have parking passes. So the primary purpose of this document is to contemplate that as an option. It's not required, but it is an option. The other real substantive change, and is not much, is the reserving of private bicycle parking areas within the garage, so that Old Town, again, the residents and maybe the office users can hook up to these bicycle loops within the garage, store their bikes and other equipment if they want to bike to work or at their residence, and have a place to park that. So on the first floor of the garage, there are a couple of spaces that it's reserving for that purpose. Otherwise, the document is, for all intents and purposes and substantive matters, identical to what was approved, signed, and recorded back in 2022.
Okay.
And I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone may have about the document.
I understand the city's engaged with a manager to manage the garage. Have they been involved in reviewing this document and subsequent documents that would pertain to anything that they may be involved with as far as maintenance and management is concerned?
That is correct. Dennison is being, a document has not yet been signed, but there is the intent there to engage Dennison to act as the city's / RDC's parking manager. That is correct. So then effectively Dennison would be the one responsible for performing the actual day-to-day maintenance and operation of the garage per the terms of the declaration.
For this agreement.
That is correct, yes.
Good. I think what you did with the parking passes and the way you defined that in here cleared up a lot of things that were left kind of dangling before. And they also cleared up the air garage versus on solid ground garage. They very clearly clarified that in here, which satisfied me quite a bit. Thanks for having no other questions.
Yeah, no questions here is very helpful with the comparison document, so that answered anything I would add. Leo?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I move that we approve the amended declaration as presented.
Leo, did I hear you second? Thank you.
I did. Second. Thank you.
So say approved by aye. Leo?
Aye.
Brian?
Aye.
Aye.
Ron? Motion passes.
Okay, any other additional business, John?
I do not have any at this time.
Not aware of any.
Leo?
I have nothing. Thank you.
Excellent, thanks.
With that, is there a motion on the floor?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Adjourned? Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Very easy.
Thank you. Thanks.
See you, Leo.
Hey, thanks. Sorry about that. I wasn't able to be in person. Appreciate the flexibility.